Now, like the way we have implemented the very first flight search test, right? Same way, what I'm gonna do, I'll be preparing for the second test where we can go to accounts and click on sign in and register a user, right? Sign in with the email ID and the password, right? So if I talk about this particular section, you can see this section, this top navigation up till here, all these links and all these menus, these are common in all the pages, right? If I go to any page, if I go to flight, hotels, right, home, anywhere, all this the top navigation part is common everywhere in all the interfaces, right? So what I can do, first I need to handle this top navigation part. So what we can do, like we have done in page object model, we can create another class over here for top navigation. So I can name it as top navigation. And what all things that we can do in top navigation, we need to implement all things over here, right? So like I need to go to sign in, right? So sign in, go to sign in, and it's like clicking on account and click on sign in option. So the functionality should be something like public void go to sign in, like this, right? And then what else I can do? I can go to create account. So I can either sign in or I can either create account. Create account. Go to create account. Right. Then what else I can do? I can go to my list, go to support. Go to support, right? Then if I talk about this menu, I can go to home. I can go to flights from here as well, right? And so on, right? So all the things which are there in the top navigation, you will be implementing all these things over here, right? So let's say uh, we need to create a locator page for this class as well. So I'll go to my locators package and I'm gonna add a new class with a name top navigation locators, right? And inside this, we're gonna create an object of this class the same way like we have done initially. So we'll go over here and we're going to add a constructor public top navigation, and inside this we'll say public top navigation locators top navigation, right? And here import this and say this dot top navigation equal to new top navigation locators, right? Should be this, right? Spelling mistake, right? And like the weight we have implemented over here, same thing. I'll be copying the Ajax element locator factory and paste this thing as well over here, right? So this dot top navigation, and this driver reference will gonna come from so how this driver reference will gonna take, if you take a look over here in the home page, it extends the page class. This is because if I talk about home page, is a page, right? Is a relationship, right? Similarly, if I talk about other pages, like if I go to hotels, if I try to automate this page, so I'll be creating a hotel page, and this is also a page. But if I talk about top navigation is a page, this is not true, right? Or rather, I can say a hotel page has a top navigation, right? Home page has a top navigation, means every page is it has a top navigation. So this top navigation, this class, this should be encapsulated in all the page classes. So in every page class, we're gonna say public top navigation top nav equal to new top navigation. This is because from any page, I can access the entire top navigation menu. So any page, if in case I want in the flights I want to go to top nav dot go to create account. From this page as well I can go and create an account. Or instead of creating this thing in all the pages, I can just remove it from here and I can go to simple the super class. I can go inside super class and I can create uh, top navigation over here, public static top navigation top nav, and when we call init configuration, I'm gonna create an object of this top navigation. So I can say inside this top nav equal to new top navigation. So what happens now, once an object is created, you can simply go inside any page class and you can say top nav dot go to flights or go to create account. Any menu of this top navigation can be accessed from any page now, right? So this top navigation will be encapsulated inside the page class. So if I talk about this top navigation over here, we need to access the driver reference over here. So driver reference, we cannot access it like we cannot extend page class over here like we have extended inside the page over here. We have extended with all the pages, we have extended this page class. So what else can be done? What other things can be done to access the driver reference? So if you take a look over here in the page class, we have there are a couple of ways to do it. We have created the driver reference as static over here. So if we create it as static, then as well I can access it by saying page.driver. This thing can also be done, and import the page class from base page. You can do it in this way as well, right? Or the other part, what you need to do is just give a driver reference over here, right? If you don't want to do it in this way, at times the WebDriver instance is not static, right? So what you can do, take this driver reference from the page class itself. Wherever you create an object, you need to pass in the driver reference over here within the constructor itself. So this thing can also be done, right? So this is how we have achieved. So what happens once an object of top navigation is created? When this will be created, as soon as the init method is called. So if you go to your flight search test, as soon as the page init configuration, the very first method is called, the object of top navigation will be created, right? As soon as the top navigation object is created, the constructor will be called, and this constructor will be responsible for setting the page factory elements of this top navigation, right? These top navigation locators. So this will get initialized as soon as an object is created. So this is what we want. And when an object is created, we can simply access the elements. Right, when the page factory elements are initialized, we can simply access the elements that we are going to declare in the top navigation locators right inside this class. So let's see what all things we can add it over here. The very first thing what I'm trying to do is to click on account, to click on sign in. So I'll be clicking on account, click on sign in, or click on create account. These are the locators that we need to identify. So if I right click over here, inspect this element, and let's see if we get some ID. Let's see, there is there's an ID over here, header account menu. So I can take this and I can say at the rate find by CSS equal to this, and public web element account, right? Let's name it as account and import it, Control Shift O. Similarly, after account, I want to go to sign in. So let's automate this two things first. Going to sign in. So this should be a header account sign in button. So we'll take this from here and put it over here. It is for the sign in button ID, right? And name this as sign in button. Right, so this will be the locators of the account and then clicking on sign in. So let's try to handle these two functionality first, right? And let's see how the top navigation will gonna work. So we'll go to top navigation and we'll implement this functionality that is going to sign in. So I can say top navigation dot sign in button dot click dot click, right? So what we need to do, uh, we need to go to top navigation. First we need to click on accounts and then sign in. So before that, we'll say top navigation dot accounts dot click, right? And after we go to account, click on sign in. So now it actually takes us to this page. So this is basically a sign in page, right? So so on sign in page, I can perform sign in over here, right? And what else? I can choose to like click on forget password, and I can reset my password as well over here. So again, the entire functionality that we see on this page, we need to handle all these functionality. But before that, we need to add another page over here. Okay, where is that Project Explorer? So I'll take it from here. So I'll be creating another class over here, name it as sign in page, right? And I need one locator page as well. So I'll say sign in page locators, all right? So I'll be handling a couple of the functionality in sign in page. After I reach to the sign in page, I'll gonna perform login. Let's say public void to login, right? Where I'll be entering the username and password like this, right? So if I talk about this page, I'll be entering the email address, the password, and then I'll be clicking on the sign in option, right? So again, we need to do the same stuff that we were doing. We need to create, I'll just copy this constructor over here and set it up for sign in page. So this is sign in page, and this is sign in page locators. Import it and say sign in page, and this dot sign in page, change it to this, and this dot sign in page like this. So this driver, again, we need to extend page class. Right, so let's take the locators from sign in page locators class. So let's define some locators. Just copy this one, go to here. So sign in page, the very first locator, we're gonna get it for the email, entering the email, entering the password. So email should be sign in, ID, login, that's it. So over here, this is email. Then we have password. Password should be this. Sign in password. And then we have an element where we need to perform click. So submit button like this. Right. So let's really quick write this test. We can say sign in page dot email dot send keys and enter the username. Same way, sign in page dot password dot send keys and enter the password. Right. Then sign in page dot submit dot click. Right. And let's create a next test that is again I'll go to the rough package, and first I'm gonna name this test as sign in test. Right, so let's say sign in test, and in order to perform sign in, I'll first do page.init configuration. Right, so right now I'm accessing it through main method. Later on we'll change it to testng, and after reaching to home, once we are on the home page, in order to go to accounts, I need to access this menu, right? So this menu can be accessed by saying page dot top navigation dot go to sign in, right? So this go to sign in will actually gonna click on account and then click on sign in. And once it clicks on sign in, it takes us to the next page, that is the sign in page. So this should actually return the object of sign in page. So this is sign in page like this, right? So go to sign in should return the object of sign in page, and then I can say return new sign in page like this. And once it returns an object of sign in page, a constructor is called, and then it should actually initiate the elements, page factory elements of sign in page, right? So we are not directly creating an object of sign in page by saying sign in page equal to new sign in page. We are actually returning it from here. So this should actually gonna return you sign in page, and then we're gonna say sign in equal to this, right? And let's import the sign in page, and after that we can say sign in dot do login. Let's enter the username abcdef @gmail.com, and password should be something 1 2 3 4, something like this, right? Just want to make sure everything works fine. and then we can read these things from the Excel sheet itself after converting into the test cases. And then at the end, we need to quit the browser. So this is again another independent test, right? Where we are performing sign in. And this has nothing to do with the initial flight search test that we have done. So let's run this and let's see if it works for sign in as well. Clicked on sign in and let's wait, and she entered and everything works fine and it quit, right? So both tests are actually working fine.